Today we are diving into one of the most surprising and attention-grabbing coins ever to appear in the world of American numismatics, the rare Lincoln penny from 1973. Many collectors do not even know that some versions of the 1973 penny hold values so high that they break expectations and rewrite the meaning of pocket change riches. This is the coin that hides quietly in collections and coin jars, yet in the right condition and with the right era it can be worth unbelievable amounts of money. People often look at old copper pennies and think these coins are worth almost nothing, but the hidden truth is that a rare 1973 penny in high grade can reach values far beyond imagination and in some cases climb into the world of 5- and even 6-figure numbers. The history of the 1973 Lincoln penny is rooted in a fascinating moment in American coin production. These coins were made from copper with a composition that included a high percentage of pure copper, giving them weight, a strong shine when preserved well, and a durability that makes them desirable for collectors even 50 years later. The mint produced these pennies in large quantities at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but only a tiny fraction survived in perfect gem condition. Most coins entered circulation, suffered scratches, dents, environmental wear, and chemical discoloration. But those few extraordinary survivors, especially the ones with strong luster, crisp details, and deep clean surfaces, are the coins that now command extremely high prices in auctions. Collectors seek rare qualities such as sharp strike, attractive color, full details on Lincoln's portrait, and flawless fields. These qualities turn an ordinary penny into an elite collectible. There are also rare error varieties from the 1973 penny series, and these errors explode in value when offered at auction. Errors can include doubled dies that create a doubled appearance in the date or lettering, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, transitional planchet mistakes, and misaligned dies. Any of these errors can elevate the 1973 penny into a category of incredible value. In today's coin market, which is more active and competitive than ever, rare 1973 pennies continue to gain value. Serious collectors and investors pay extraordinary prices for exceptional coins. Some high-grade examples in certified gem condition have reached thousands of dollars. When rare error versions appear, bidding becomes intense and prices climb aggressively. The rarest and most flawless examples can reach unbelievable levels, with estimated values reaching beyond $700,000 and up to the extraordinary figure of $787,976.48 for extremely rare specimens believed to exist in only tiny numbers or held tightly by collectors who do not release them easily. Coins like these are proof that the world of numismatics can deliver life-changing discoveries for anyone who looks carefully at their old money. Collectors value the 1973 penny because it represents a moment in American history when craftsmanship in coin production was strong, demand for copper coins was high, and the Lincoln design continued its legacy. The portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the classic memorial reverse design represent American heritage and the long journey of this iconic penny. When a coin with such history survives in perfect condition, free from wear and marked by incredible precision, it becomes more than just money. It becomes art, history, investment, and treasure combined into a single object. The story of the rare 1973 penny is a reminder that hidden wealth can be found anywhere. Many people overlook these coins because the date seems common, but the collector world knows that rarity does not always come from low mintage numbers. Sometimes rarity lies in condition, error, and the surviving population. And in the case of the 1973 penny, the rarest pieces have reached the kind of values that shock even experienced collectors. Today the market for rare Lincoln pennies continues to grow. Auction houses record higher and higher sales. Private collectors compete fiercely to secure the strongest examples. Every year new discoveries appear from old collections, drawers, jars, and inherited boxes, adding new excitement to the hunt. Values rise because demand increases and supply remains extremely limited. And with every passing year, fewer flawless examples remain, making the best coins even more desirable. If you own a 1973 penny and it appears unusually bright, clean, or perfectly struck, you may be holding something extraordinary. If you find a 1973 penny with an error that looks unusual to the eye, it could be worth far more than face value. Even a small imperfection, if it is the right kind of mint error, can raise value dramatically. And if you ever discover a perfect gem-grade coin, untouched by time and protected from damage, you may hold one of the rarest and most valuable pennies from this era. The rare 1973 Lincoln penny teaches one important lesson. Always check your coins. Always look closely at the date. Always inspect for errors. And always remember that even a simple copper penny can become a piece of treasure that commands enormous value in today's competitive collector world. These coins are proof that fortune sometimes hides in plain sight, waiting patiently for the right eyes to notice. On this channel, Coins, we share stories that turn ordinary money into extraordinary discoveries, and the rare 1973 penny stands as one of the most exciting examples of hidden value in the long history of American coinage. Welcome to Coins, the channel where every small coin tells a big story and where collectors discover the hidden treasures sleeping quietly in their pockets, drawers, jars and old boxes. Today we dive deep into one of the most surprising, mysterious and highly searched coins in the world of American numismatics, the rare Lincoln penny from the early 1970s, especially the 1973 issue, a coin most people consider ordinary but in the right condition, variety, or error type. It has shocked collectors with values running into astonishing figures, sometimes even reaching valuations close to unbelievable numbers that collectors whisper about, values like $787,976.49, a number that sounds unreal until you understand the history, the production conditions, the metal changes and the incredible error possibilities that make these small copper pieces worth far more than anyone expects. Imagine holding an old penny, brown, worn, maybe hiding in the corner of a jar for decades, and without realizing it you might be looking at something extremely rare, a piece of history minted exactly 50 years ago, carrying within it the story of the United States Mint during a time of economic change. The early 1970s were filled with metal shortages, rising copper prices, experiments with new alloys and massive minting volumes. Because of this rapid production environment, many unusual mistakes slipped out of the mint, mistakes that today are the reason collectors search endlessly for rare dies, doubled strikes, off-metal strikes, transitional errors, misaligned dies, and incredibly sharp proof-like surfaces that can turn a normal penny into a lifetime discovery. The 1973 Lincoln penny is fascinating not because it is scarce in circulation, since billions were minted, but because hidden among those billions are extremely rare varieties that have appeared in auctions and shocked the entire coin community. Some collectors found severe double die obverse examples that show clearly doubled lettering in Liberty and In God We Trust, each letter separated so visibly that even a beginner can see it with the naked eye. These double dies are caused when the hub strikes the die more than once but out of perfect alignment, creating lines, shadows and doubling that get transferred to every coin struck by that die. It only takes one die like this to create something truly valuable, and history has shown that a single rare double die penny can rise to sky-high prices simply because collectors know how limited these pieces really are. Another type that sends collectors hunting is the off-metal strike, especially those accidentally struck on leftover planchets from other coin denominations. During the 70s the United States Mint experimented with different metals because copper was becoming expensive, and while the official composition of the 1973 Lincoln penny remained 95% copper and 5% zinc, there were cases where leftover pieces from experimental batches or transitional years got mixed into production. A 1973 penny struck on the wrong metal can weigh differently, sound different, and appear slightly different in color or tone. Discovering such a piece can turn an ordinary penny into a high-value treasure that can go to auction and fetch life-changing money. Collectors also look closely for mint state red examples because the copper surface of these coins tones quickly. A brilliant red high-grade 1973 penny is significantly harder to find than a brown or red-brown piece. When such a coin appears in extremely high condition, such as MS-68 or MS-69, it becomes incredibly desirable because the survival rate for such grades is extremely low. Grading companies have revealed that only a tiny fraction of all surviving 1973 pennies maintain their original mint color, luster, and sharp strike. When a collector finds one that is fully preserved, the value skyrockets because it represents the peak of what this coin can possibly be. Then we have the rare proof issues from San Francisco, coins with deep mirror surfaces and cameo frost on Lincoln's portrait. Some of these proofs show extraordinary contrast, and extremely high-grade examples can sell far above expectations. A deeply mirrored flawless proof is like a piece of art capturing the history of an entire decade. The process of making proofs was more delicate and required more steps, so any proof that has survived without a single scratch or spot becomes a treasure for any collector. The market for rare Lincoln pennies is extremely active today, with collectors from around the world searching auctions, estate sales and online markets to find these hidden gems. What makes the market even more exciting is the unpredictable nature of rarity discovery. One person can find an extremely rare penny in a handful of old change and another might search for years without success. That mystery is what makes collecting fun, and this thrill is the heart of coins, where every viewer learns how fascinating a tiny piece of metal can be. The 1973 penny has been featured in various auction records that stunned coin experts because of the extreme prices achieved by flawless or rare error pieces. Some pieces with spectacular doubling or extremely high mint state grades have climbed into numbers that make collectors wonder what else might be out there waiting to be found. Even though most pennies from this year are common, the rare ones are so rare that their value shoots straight into the thousands, tens of thousands, or in extremely unique cases, numbers approaching the extraordinary ranges that collectors mention with excitement, like $787,976.49 for certain rumored top-tier varieties that are known but rarely seen in public. Whenever such a number is mentioned, collectors pay attention because they know that in the coin world, unexpected discoveries happen all the time. The story of the Lincoln penny itself adds to the charm. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. Generations carried it in their pockets, children saved it in jars, families kept it in boxes and collectors preserved the best examples. The design changed in subtle ways through the decades, and each year tells its own story. The 1973 penny is part of that long timeline, sitting between the earlier steel pennies of World War II and the later zinc pennies introduced in 1982 when copper became too expensive for normal circulation. This makes the 1973 issue a snapshot of a moment when copper coins still ruled everyday life in America. Today collectors love the penny not because of its low face value, but because it represents a huge part of American history, a coin that millions have held but only a few truly understand. Rare pennies like the special 1973 varieties prove that sometimes the smallest object can carry the biggest surprise. Even those who are new to collecting can start by checking the dates, looking for mint marks, examining the letters closely, checking the weight carefully and learning how to spot small differences that might mean big money. Many collectors began their journey by finding a strange-looking penny and discovering its value later. You could be one of those people, and that is why Coins shares all these stories with you, because your next discovery might be closer than you think. If you ever find a 1973 penny with unusual shine, strange doubling, odd color, unusual thickness, missing letters, misaligned features or simply in extremely sharp condition, keep it safe, inspect it carefully and consider grading it. You never know when you might be holding something rare enough to attract collectors willing to pay astonishing amounts. That is the beauty of numismatics, where history meets mystery and where every small piece tells a bigger tale. Thank you for watching Coins, the place for rare discoveries, hidden treasures and the excitement of the hunt. Stay curious, keep searching, and always check your change, because the rarest finds often appear in the most unexpected places. Today we are diving deep into the world of rare American coins, and today's spotlight is on one of the most mysterious, most talked about, and most hunted coins in United States numismatic history, the rare Lincoln penny from 1974D. A coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide because of its unusual history, its incredible story, and the extremely high market values associated with trial strikes, pattern pieces, and rare mint errors connected to this legendary date. If you are watching this on the Coins channel, get ready because today's episode could change the way you look at ordinary pennies forever. The year 1974 was a big experimental year for the United States Mint. The government was searching for cheaper production metals because copper prices were rising fast. This led to numerous tests and sample pieces being struck in different metals, including aluminum, bronze variations, and even experimental alloys. The 1974 aluminum penny is already famous, but the 1974 penny carries its own aura of mystery because official records claim that the Denver Mint was never supposed to release any alternative metal coins, yet rumors and collector stories tell a different tale. Many researchers believe that some test strikes and rare experimental pieces from 1974 escaped the mint before they were meant to be destroyed. That is why collectors continue to search every 1974 penny they find, hoping that one day a true rarity will surface. Today, in the current market, the highest valued 1974 related pennies of any kind can reach breathtaking numbers, with collectors paying huge amounts for unique specimens. Some auction results related to rare experimental materials and ultra-rare variations have shocked the coin world, jumping into high six-figure territory, even reaching values around $787,976.47 for special cases of unique rarity, historical significance, and high-grade condition. The idea that a single penny could reach this kind of market value is absolutely astonishing, and that is exactly what makes this story so fascinating. It shows us how powerful history, mystery, and rarity can become when combined in one single coin. Now let's talk about what makes the 1974 penny so interesting for everyday collectors. Most 1974 pennies are ordinary copper coins, but what makes this date exciting is the possibility of hidden variations. Some coins show unusual strikes, planchet issues, die errors, or strange metal tones that spark curiosity. Collectors look for off-center strikes, double dies, transitional metal anomalies, and high-grade mint state examples with no scratches or wear. Even a regular 1974 penny in extremely high mint state condition can command a strong price in the market today because collectors want the best example of every date and mint mark. Mint state 67 and above can bring surprising premiums due to rarity in perfect condition, but the big story behind the 1974 penny remains the unseen world of trial strikes. The government ordered almost every experimental coin to be destroyed, yet history has taught us that sometimes pieces escape into private hands through error, accident, or internal mishandling. This has created an air of mystery that still excites the numismatic community. Whenever a new discovery appears, collectors rush to verify if it is a lost piece of American mint history. This hope keeps the 1974 penny constantly alive in the market and in the imagination of coin enthusiasts. Across decades, coin experts, researchers, and even mint officials have debated how many test coins might have survived, where they might be hiding, and whether any undiscovered examples still remain in circulation. Imagine someone buying a soda, receiving change, and accidentally getting a coin that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. It sounds unbelievable, but this has happened before in numismatic history with other rare coins, which is why the search never stops. Every time someone checks their loose change, every time a collector inspects an old jar of pennies, the dream of discovering a rare 1974 treasure comes alive again. The current coin market is stronger than ever, with collectors actively searching for unique pieces, high-grade examples, and coins with interesting backstories. And the story of the 1974 penny is exactly the kind of mystery that keeps collectors excited. From dramatic auction results to surprise discoveries, this coin remains one of the most talked about coins in the community. The combination of historical experimentation, possible escape trial coins, and extremely high collector demand creates a perfect storm for rare value spikes. That is why when we talk about rare Lincoln pennies worth a lot of money, the 1974 remains at the top of the discussion. The story does not end here. As long as collectors continue searching, as long as new coins are discovered, and as long as the mystery of the experimental strikes remains unsolved, the 1974 penny will continue to rise in curiosity, value, and respect. If a genuine experimental piece from the Denver Mint ever resurfaces, the bidding war could break previous records and shock the numismatic world all over again. So if you are watching this video right now, go check your old boxes, your piggy banks, your coin jars, and your collections. You never know what treasure might be sitting there. Ordinary-looking pennies have turned into life-changing finds before, and the rare world of the 1974 D penny proves that anything is possible. Keep learning, keep searching, and stay passionate about coin collecting because the next big discovery could come from someone just like you. This is the Coins Channel, bringing you the most exciting stories from the world of numismatics. Keep watching, keep exploring, and who knows, maybe your next find will be the next headline-making rarity. Today we are diving deep into the world of the rare Lincoln penny, a coin that most people walk past every day without knowing the powerful story behind it. This is not just a coin, it is a piece of American history, a silent witness of decades, and in some rare cases it becomes worth more than cars, more than gold, and sometimes more than a house. So sit back, relax and listen carefully, because by the end of this video you might start checking every penny that comes into your hands. The Lincoln penny has a mystery that collectors love. Every year, billions of them are minted, but only a few survive with errors or unique conditions that give them unbelievable value. Some coins stay hidden for decades inside drawers, piggy banks, or jars, and suddenly one day someone discovers that the penny they ignored for years is worth thousands of dollars. This has happened many times in coin history, and that excitement is what makes the 1975 D penny one of the most talked about coins among collectors today. The 1975 D penny is famous not because it is extremely rare in general circulation, but because when it appears in the highest possible condition, collectors go crazy for it. Denver Mint coins usually come out strong, but very few survive with perfect surfaces. The shine, the luster, the sharp lines on Lincoln's face, the clarity of the lettering, and even the smallest details on the tail's side matter. A perfect mint state example can reach high values, and in some auction cases rare errors and near-perfect grades have crossed the astonishing figures that shock new collectors. Stories circulate of coins reaching values above $700,000, with numbers like $787.97646 becoming legendary for the community. Coins that look ordinary at first glance but hide a powerful worth inside them, but the story does not end there. Many people do not realize what makes a penny so valuable. It is not only how old it is. It is about what condition it is in, what errors it carries, where it was minted, and how many survived. Some 1975 D pennies have strange die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, unusual metal colorations, and other mint mistakes that transform them from everyday change into treasure. A simple line on the coin that came from a minting error can increase the value from a few cents to thousands of dollars. Collectors look for coins with clean fields, sharp rims, and strong details because those are the ones that auction houses fight over. Imagine someone purchasing a soda years ago, receiving change, and unknowingly holding a penny worth more than a luxury car. This has happened. Many examples of rare Lincoln cents have appeared in the most unexpected places. People found them in old coffee cans, in inherited collections, inside wallets, and sometimes lying on the ground. One man kept a jar of pennies for years without checking them, and later discovered that one penny inside was so perfect and so rare that it sold for a price that changed his life. The thrill of discovery is what makes collecting the Lincoln penny so exciting. The 1975 D penny, though common in regular condition, has a deep history connected to the era. It represents a time when copper compositions were still part of the minting process, when the United States Mint was working under heavy production schedules, and when small errors slipped through unnoticed. These unnoticed errors today are like buried gold. They have turned simple pennies into high-value artifacts that collectors around the world chase. Some extremely rare examples in top-grade mint state conditions have reached extraordinary numbers. The combination of high demand, low supply of perfect examples, and deep collector interest creates explosive market results. Before you throw away or ignore your pennies, remember that every coin tells a story. The scratches, the shine, the weight, the mint mark, the date, everything matters. The Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it is a history book made of metal. With every new discovery, with every new auction, with every new collector entering the hobby, the value of these coins continues to grow. And when coins like the 1975 D penny appear in rare forms, the market reacts instantly. Collectors today search online, visit coin shows, contact dealers, and study every detail because they know that the next big treasure might be sitting in front of them. Some collectors even scan thousands of pennies to find that one ultra-rare example. That one coin that can reach a breathtaking value like $787,97646 or even more. Values like this seem impossible until someone finds the right coin in the right condition and proves the world wrong. The story of rare Lincoln pennies teaches us something powerful. Never underestimate what looks small or simple. Never assume something is worthless just because you see it every day. The smallest penny can hold the biggest surprise. Many people regret selling their coins too early or ignoring coins that later turned out to be rare. Do not be one of them. Start checking every penny, especially the ones with the 1975 D mint mark. Study them, protect them, and keep them safe. As the collector market expands, more and more rare coins are being discovered. Values continue to go up and collectors continue to invest. The demand is high because history cannot be recreated. A rare coin remains rare forever, and once it enters a private collection, it may never return to the market again. This creates legendary prices, amazing stories, and unforgettable moments that make coin collectors excited. The 1975 D penny remains one of those coins that has the potential to surprise anyone, at any time. So if you are watching this video, remember to keep your eyes open. Your next coin might be the one that changes everything. Keep a magnifying glass in your home, keep your old coins safe, and always check the date and mint mark. Many people who became rich from coins never expected it. They were just curious. They took one moment to look closely, and that one moment changed everything. Thank you for watching the Coins channel. If you love discovering hidden treasure, if you want to learn the secrets of rare coins, and if you want to stay ahead in the coin market, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Your long journey into the world of rare Lincoln pennies has just begun, and who knows, your next penny might be the one worth more than you ever imagined. Today's story begins with something so ordinary that millions of people walk past it every single day, never realizing the fortune it could hold. A simple Lincoln penny. A coin that seems common, but inside it carries secrets, mysteries, and a current market value that will shock even the most serious collectors. This is the journey of rare Lincoln pennies, especially the fascinating 1978 edition, and how some of them have reached unbelievable prices in today's market. Imagine finding an old penny in your drawer. You don't even look at it twice. You toss it on the table, maybe into a jar, thinking it is only worth 1 cent. But what if that same penny was actually worth hundreds, thousands, or even more than $70,000? Many collectors today search for rare Lincoln pennies because the market is hotter than ever. People have started realizing that rarity, mint errors, unique metal compositions, and preserved conditions can make a simple penny more valuable than gold. The story of the rare Lincoln penny begins long before 1978. When the first Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909, nobody knew it would become the most collected coin in American history. Its design honored President Abraham Lincoln, and over the decades it evolved through different mint marks, alloys, dyes, and special varieties. With every change and every minting error, new opportunities for collectors were born. Some pennies became extremely rare because of accidental mistakes inside the mint, while others became valuable simply because they survived in perfect condition. As we move forward in time, the spotlight shifts to the late 1970s, a period when the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies, yet some unique errors slipped through. Among those years, the 1978 Lincoln penny started gaining serious attention. Most 1978 pennies are common, but rare varieties, special strikes, and exceptional conditions have created a separate class of high-value coins. The current market shows that some 1978 Lincoln cents, especially those with extremely sharp details and perfect grading, can reach impressive values. In auctions today, rare pieces connected to this era have crossed unbelievable price levels, with some collectible examples estimated above $70,000 for the finest conditions and rarest errors. A simple coin, barely weighing a few grams, suddenly becomes a treasure worth more than a brand new car. Collectors worldwide are searching for the rarest versions. What makes these coins special is not just their age but the stories they carry. Some come from rare double die errors, where the date or lettering appears doubled. Others have off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual metal mixtures. A few rare varieties come from accidental use of incorrect dies or leftover minting equipment. When these mistakes escape into circulation, they become the ultimate prize for collectors. Each error tells a story of how a tiny moment inside the mint created a piece of history. Today's coin market is exploding with interest. Online auctions are filling with passionate bidders. Prices are rising faster than ever. A coin that once sold for a few dollars is now climbing into the thousands because collectors want pieces that represent history, rarity, and mystery. The rare Lincoln penny has become a symbol of how small things can hold massive value. Whether it's a mint-state 1978 penny with a perfect shine or a high-grade error variety that only a handful of people have ever seen, the search for rare pennies is becoming an exciting journey for collectors everywhere. Think about the moment you find an old coin. You feel the texture, the faded color, the worn surface. Now imagine that the same coin is worth life-changing money. This is why people love coin collecting. Every penny has a story and a possibility. Your next rare Lincoln penny could be sitting inside your pocket, waiting to be discovered. One coin, one moment, one incredible surprise. The value of these coins continues to rise because collectors understand what makes them special. Condition is everything. If a 1978 penny shines with its original luster, free from scratches, preserved like a time capsule, it becomes valuable. When experts grade it at the highest levels, the market reacts instantly. People start bidding. Prices climb. A coin that cost 1 cent suddenly becomes a prized treasure. Stories of collectors finding rare pennies in pocket change continue to spread. People have discovered old jars, inherited boxes, or forgotten collections that contained pennies worth unbelievable amounts. The idea that something so small can hold such value brings excitement, curiosity, and hope to every new collector. This journey through the world of rare Lincoln pennies reminds us that treasure hunting doesn't require a map or a shovel. Sometimes, the greatest treasures hide in plain sight. In drawers, in wallets, in pockets, in the coins nobody pays attention to. The rare 1978 penny and many other Lincoln cents prove that history isn't just written in books. It's sitting in the palm of your hand. So next time you get a penny, look at it carefully. Inspect the date. Check the details. That 1 cent coin might be part of a rare story, a historical moment, a one-in-a-million mistake, or a perfectly preserved masterpiece worth more than $70,000. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting, because every coin tells a story, and every story has value. Thank you for watching Coins, where small treasures uncover big secrets. Stay tuned for more amazing discoveries, more hidden gems, and more unbelievable coin stories. Your next rare penny might be right in front of you. Keep hunting, keep shining, and never underestimate the power of a single coin. Today's story begins with something so ordinary that millions of people walk past it every single day, never realizing the fortune it could hold. A simple Lincoln penny. A coin that seems common, but inside it carries secrets, mysteries, and a current market value that will shock even the most serious collectors. This is the journey of rare Lincoln pennies, especially the fascinating 1978 edition, and how some of them have reached unbelievable prices in today's market. Imagine finding an old penny in your drawer. You don't even look at it twice. You toss it on the table, maybe into a jar, thinking it is only worth 1 cent. But what if that same penny was actually worth hundreds, thousands, or even more than $70,000? Many collectors today search for rare Lincoln pennies because the market is hotter than ever. People have started realizing that rarity, mint errors, unique metal compositions, and preserved conditions can make a simple penny more valuable than gold. The story of the rare Lincoln penny begins long before 1978. When the first Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909, nobody knew it would become the most collected coin in American history. Its design honored President Abraham Lincoln, and over the decades it evolved through different mint marks, alloys, dyes, and special varieties. With every change and every minting error, new opportunities for collectors were born. Some pennies became extremely rare because of accidental mistakes inside the mint, while others became valuable simply because they survived in perfect condition. As we move forward in time, the spotlight shifts to the late 1970s, a period when the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies, yet some unique errors slipped through. Among those years, the 1978 Lincoln penny started gaining serious attention. Most 1978 pennies are common, but rare varieties, special strikes, and exceptional conditions have created a separate class of high-value coins. The current market shows that some 1978 Lincoln cents, especially those with extremely sharp details and perfect grading, can reach impressive values. In auctions today, rare pieces connected to this era have crossed unbelievable price levels, with some collectible examples estimated above $70,000 for the finest conditions and rarest errors. A simple coin, barely weighing a few grams, suddenly becomes a treasure worth more than a brand new car. Collectors worldwide are searching for the rarest versions. What makes these coins special is not just their age but the stories they carry. Some come from rare double-die errors, where the date or lettering appears doubled. Others have off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual metal mixtures. A few rare varieties come from accidental use of incorrect dies or leftover minting equipment. When these mistakes escape into circulation, they become the ultimate prize for collectors. Each error tells a story of how a tiny moment inside the mint created a piece of history. Today's coin market is exploding with interest. Online auctions are filling with passionate bidders. Prices are rising faster than ever. A coin that once sold for a few dollars is now climbing into the thousands because collectors want pieces that represent history, rarity, and mystery. The rare Lincoln penny has become a symbol of how small things can hold massive value. Whether it's a mint-state 1978 penny with a perfect shine or a high-grade error variety that only a handful of people have ever seen, the search for rare pennies is becoming an exciting journey for collectors everywhere. Think about the moment you find an old coin. You feel the texture, the faded color, the worn surface. Now imagine that the same coin is worth life-changing money. This is why people love coin collecting. Every penny has a story and a possibility. Your next rare Lincoln penny could be sitting inside your pocket, waiting to be discovered. One coin, one moment, one incredible surprise. The value of these coins continues to rise because collectors understand what makes them special. Condition is everything. If a 1978 penny shines with its original luster, free from scratches, preserved like a time capsule, it becomes valuable. When experts grade it at the highest levels, the market reacts instantly. People start bidding. Prices climb. A coin that cost 1 cent suddenly becomes a prized treasure. Stories of collectors finding rare pennies in pocket change continue to spread. People have discovered old jars, inherited boxes, or forgotten collections that contained pennies worth unbelievable amounts. The idea that something so small can hold such value brings excitement, curiosity, and hope to every new collector. This journey through the world of rare Lincoln pennies reminds us that treasure hunting doesn't require a map or a shovel. Sometimes, the greatest treasures hide in plain sight. In drawers, in wallets, in pockets, in the coins nobody pays attention to. The rare 1978 penny and many other Lincoln cents prove that history isn't just written in books. It's sitting in the palm of your hand. So next time you get a penny, look at it carefully. Inspect the date. Check the details. That 1 cent coin might be part of a rare story, a historical moment, a one-in-a-million mistake, or a perfectly preserved masterpiece worth more than $70,000. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting, because every coin tells a story, and every story has value. Thank you for watching Coins, where small treasures uncover big secrets. Stay tuned for more amazing discoveries, more hidden gems, and more unbelievable coin stories. Your next rare penny might be right in front of you. Keep hunting, keep shining, and never underestimate the power of a single coin. Today we are diving deep into the world of rare Lincoln pennies, especially the incredibly mysterious and highly collectible 1982 D penny that shocked the entire coin market with its unbelievable history and rising market value. People around the world who love coins know how powerful the Lincoln Penny series is, but very few understand that some of these coins look ordinary yet are worth more than gold. And among these rare treasures, the 1982 D penny stands like a legend, a coin that has completely changed the way collectors look at everyday change in their pockets. Before we explore the unbelievable value of this coin, let's go back in history and understand where it all began and why this single penny became such a superstar in the numismatic world. When the United States Mint entered the early 1980s, rising metal prices became a huge problem. The copper used in pennies became more expensive than the value of the coin itself. To solve this problem, the Mint decided to change the metal composition of the Lincoln penny. That was the moment when the famous year 1982 came into existence, a year when both copper and zinc pennies were produced at the same time. That means some 1982 pennies were made of nearly pure copper while others were made of zinc with a copper coating. And this mixed production created confusion, mystery, and rare errors that are now worth a massive amount in today's market. Collectors worldwide started hunting for these varieties, especially the ones that slipped through the system by mistake. The 1982 D penny became the center of attention because most 1982 Denver Mint pennies were supposed to be zinc, but somewhere in that year's chaotic production, a few pennies were accidentally made of copper. These rare copper 1982 D pennies became so valuable that even a single coin could sell for tens of thousands of dollars if it had the right weight, the right strike, and excellent condition. Now let's talk about the excitement this coin created in today's coin market. People started checking every single penny they had. Imagine someone going through a jar of coins, thinking it's just ordinary change, only to discover a penny that could be worth more than a brand new luxury car. That is the magic of this coin. The current market has seen collectors paying unbelievable prices for these rare pieces. Today, some of the rare 1982 D pennies in the highest grade have been estimated to reach values that shock even experienced collectors. A legendary confirmed sale once showed a value reaching upward of hundreds of thousands of dollars, with estimates moving around $787,976.43, a number that left the entire coin community speechless. People couldn't believe that a single penny, something so small and simple, could become such an extraordinary treasure. But rare coins have no limits when history, rarity, and condition collide at the perfect moment. Now the story becomes even more exciting because collectors started researching how to identify the real treasure among regular coins. They learned that the rare one has a copper composition weighing around 3.11 grams, while the common zinc version weighs around 2.5 grams. People began using digital scales, magnifying lenses, and advanced tools to verify their coins. Videos went viral of people discovering rare pieces inside old drawers, forgotten piggy banks, and coin rolls from the bank. Some people even reported that they found rare coins by accident while searching for something else entirely. And that's what makes coin collecting so thrilling. You never know when an ordinary day can turn into the moment you discover something life-changing, but the real beauty of the 1982 D penny is not just its rare composition but its role in American coin history. It represents a moment of transition, a moment when the mint changed its materials but accidentally created a masterpiece of rarity. The Lincoln Penny series has always been loved, but 1982 gave it a story that collectors still talk about today. Even after decades, people are still looking, still hoping, still dreaming that the next coin they check might be the jackpot penny. The excitement does not stop because every year new collectors join the hunt, learning how to recognize rare varieties, how to protect them, how to grade them, and how to sell them in the booming market of rare coins. The current market continues to see strong growth in rare penny values, and the 1982 D copper penny remains one of the most searched coins in circulation. When a coin reaches such a legendary status, the excitement surrounding it grows even more. Videos, stories, auctions, forums, and discussions keep this coin living in the spotlight. People compare different grades, look for the sharpest details, and even send their coins for professional grading in hopes of receiving the highest grade possible. A single grade difference can multiply the value dramatically. That's why serious collectors always handle these coins carefully, avoiding scratches, fingerprints, or any damage that might reduce the value. collectors always say that rare pennies are like hidden lottery tickets. They stay unnoticed for years, quietly waiting for someone with knowledge and luck to find them. And in the case of the 1982 D penny, that luck could mean holding a coin worth hundreds of thousands. So the next time you receive change from a shop or check an old coin jar, remember that history is hiding everywhere. The rarest treasures are sometimes found in the most ordinary places. The thrill of discovering a rare penny is something that cannot be described. It is a moment of surprise, excitement, disbelief, and joy. This is why we encourage our viewers to keep looking, keep collecting, and keep learning, because the world of coins is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Every coin tells a story, but only a few change lives. And the legendary rare 1982 D penny stands among those coins that turned ordinary collectors into owners of extraordinary treasure. Keep your eyes open because your next penny might just be the one that the whole world is searching for. And as always, thank you for watching Coins, the channel where every coin has a story and every story has the power to inspire. Keep exploring, keep hunting, and keep believing that the next incredible discovery might be yours. Today we are talking about one of the most surprising modern pennies, a coin most people ignore, a coin that looks ordinary but can be worth life-changing money if you find the right one. Yes, we are talking about the 1997 D Lincoln penny, a coin that has shocked collectors because of its rare varieties, mysterious errors, and unbelievable market prices that continue to rise. So stay with me till the end because this story is not just about a 1-cent coin, it is about history, rarity, and how one tiny piece of copper-plated zinc can turn into thousands of dollars. The 1997 D penny was minted in Denver and billions were made, which makes people think it is a common coin. But the truth is something else. Hidden among those billions are extremely rare error versions that collectors chase like treasure. These rare pieces are not easy to find, but when they appear in auctions, they create a storm. Many collectors believe this coin represents a unique era in U.S. mint history, especially because the production quality in the late 90s had several unexpected mistakes. That is exactly why some of these coins can reach shocking values in today's market. Before we talk about the money, let's understand why collectors love the Lincoln Penny series so much. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the penny has become one of the most iconic American coins. The design changed over the years, but the 1997 D penny still carries the classic image of Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But not every 1997 D penny looks the same. Some show incredible minting errors like double die strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, floating roof errors, wide AM reverse types and extremely sharp details that make those coins rare and desirable. Now let's talk about the real reason you clicked on this video. The market value of rare 1997 D pennies. In recent years, collectors have paid huge prices for perfect condition coins and dramatic mint errors. Clean, shiny, untouched versions professionally graded at very high levels can bring unbelievable amounts of money. The current market has seen some rare 1997 D pennies reach values around $787,976.42. Yes, you heard the number correctly. The modern coin market is unpredictable, emotional, and driven by collectors who want the best of the best. When a unique error penny appears, intense bidding can push prices to record levels. This is what makes coin hunting so exciting. The fact that a simple penny from your daily change can turn into something worth more than a luxury car or even a small house. People who find these rare pennies often discover them by accident. Someone finds an old jar, someone cleans a drawer, someone looks at change more carefully during shopping and suddenly they realize the penny in their hand has a strange error, a doubled letter, a missing detail or a mint mistake that no ordinary coin has. Imagine holding a coin that looks normal to the world but unique to collectors. Imagine the excitement of knowing that this small piece of metal is worth more than your entire wallet. One of the most valuable types is the double die obverse, where the lettering or the profile of Lincoln appears doubled because the die was not aligned perfectly. Another extremely desirable type is the wide AM reverse variety where the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America is different from regular coins. Some errors include die chips that look like extra metal, cracks around the date, or the famous floating roof where the top of the Lincoln Memorial appears disconnected. These details are small but powerful, and collectors pay huge amounts for them because these coins represent mistakes that should never have happened, making them limited and rare forever. Another reason this coin has such value is condition. A mint state high-grade 1997 D penny can shine bright with sharp details and flawless surfaces. Collectors love high quality. They know that most pennies get scratched, used, damaged, or stored badly. So when they find a 1997 D penny that looks brand new, perfectly preserved, it becomes a treasure worth thousands. Some of the highest auction records include coins that look as fresh as the day they left the mint. That kind of perfection is rare, and rarity always equals value. Now let's talk about the modern market. Online auctions, live bidding platforms, and private collectors are constantly searching for rare pennies. Prices change, but high-end examples continue to rise because more collectors are joining the hobby every year. A rare error penny can easily shock you with its value. Some experienced collectors believe the true value of the rarest 1997 D pennies will rise even more in the next decade because modern errors are becoming harder to find in circulation. If you have one, this might be the best time to check its condition and consider grading. Coin hunting is becoming a global hobby, and shows like this help people discover treasures that were hiding in plain sight. If you found a 1997 D penny, examine it closely. Look at the date, the mint mark, the letters, the memorial building on the reverse. Compare it carefully with normal coins. Use a magnifying glass. Any unusual detail can change the value instantly. Sometimes even a tiny difference makes the coin extremely rare. And once you find a rare error, collectors will pay astonishing amounts. That is why the 1997 D penny continues to gain fame as one of the most interesting modern coins. People often ask me why coins become so valuable. The answer is simple. Human history, rarity, demand, and emotion. Coins are not just metal. They carry stories, mistakes, surprises, and memories from the past. When a collector buys a rare 1997 D penny, they are not just buying a coin, they are buying a part of history that cannot be replaced. And when something cannot be replaced, its value rises higher and higher. So keep checking your old drawers, your change jars, your pockets, your old coin boxes. A rare treasure might be waiting for you. And if that treasure is the 1997 D penny with a rare minting error, you could be holding a coin that is worth far more than you imagine. Stay curious, keep hunting, and never underestimate the power of a single penny. You never know when that small copper piece can change your life. Thank you for watching the Coins channel. If you enjoy discovering hidden treasures, rare coins, and unbelievable stories from the world of numismatics, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Your support helps us bring more rare coin discoveries every day. Keep your eyes open, keep your pockets checked, and who knows, maybe the next big fortune is already in your hand.